Good morning. Welcome to Up to the Minute. I'm Todd Duplantis, and it's a Tuesday. That's right. It's Tasty Tuesday. We've got some special guests joining you. Good to have you with us this morning. They say it's going to be the hottest day of the year so far. Isn't that enjoyable? Andrea Bonner is joining me right now, the chair of our Consumer Arts and Sciences Center of Excellence. She's also my co-host this morning. Andrea, you're going to try to stay inside today?
I am not leaving out of the house today. So yeah.
Yeah, it's brutal out there. I went out around 6 o'clock this morning, and you would think it's the middle of the day. Crazy out there right now, just crazy hot.
Pretty hot.
Yeah. So we'll stay inside, we'll keep the AC on, and we'll have all your HCC news and information. Hey, I mentioned it's Tasty Tuesday. Guest is going to be joining us soon. But Andrea, if folks we want to welcome everyone watching us on Facebook Live and YouTube. But if they can't watch us live, they can always catch us in social media.
Absolutely. We are live on the Houston Community College District Facebook page and YouTube, not HCC. We're also on Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, and on HCCTV at noon, 5, and 10 o'clock, 10 p.m. Monday through Friday. So there's no excuse to miss us.
Hey, Andrea, don't you have a show coming up too?
I have a show. Well, I had one last week, but okay. Melanie's going to be on my heels to get ready for the show next month.
Okay. All right. So you guys do a live stream show once a month. It's also shown on HCCTV, but they can catch it on this Facebook page, right?
Absolutely. We do HCC Lifestyle and Culture, which covers all of the programs in our COE: culinary, pastry, fashion design, and hospitality. So we hope you'll join us for that as well.
All right. We'll continue promoting that as always. Okay, Andrea, stick around because you're going to be talking with this next guest. Karen Sharp is joining us. She's the business advisor for the Open for Business program with HCC's Office of Entrepreneurial Initiatives. Karen, good morning to you.
Good morning. It's great to be here, Todd.
You've got an event coming up this week, correct?
Yes, we do.
Okay, we're going to hear all about that shortly. Andrea is going to be with you shortly. So grab some coffee. We'll be with you in about 10 minutes.
Okay, sounds great.
All right. It's Tasty Tuesday, and we always have local chefs on. This morning is no exception. Margarita Golden is joining us this morning. She's the pastry chef and owner of Confectionary Home, certified cottage baker and cake designer. And she's our Tasty Tuesday guest. Good morning, Margarita.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me.
So welcome to the show. Thank you for being here. And we look forward to hearing all about this. Now, before we get to what you guys are doing, tell me a bit about your background of culinary experience and tell us about how you got involved with this.
Yeah. So initially, I started my career going in magazine journalism in a food writing direction.
Okay.
So cooking school at the Institute of Culinary Education in New York City. I completed the program there. I worked as a personal chef, worked in food magazines in New York throughout my 20s. But I was always called to pastry. The smell of fish and onions wasn't my thing. It was more almond and vanilla and sugar. So I enrolled at Le Cordon Bleu in London and did my what you would call master's in pastry there. But it wasn't until I started having kids and wanted to stay home with them that I started playing with cake, which is what I focus on now.
And what is a cottage bakery? Maybe you can explain what that is to us.
Yeah, we are lucky here in Texas. We have something called the Texas Food Cottage Laws so that people like me can work from home. So we have to certify, and there's a process involved in a licensing process. And once you have that certification, we can work from home. We can run a bakery from home. There are limitations on the kinds of things that we can sell, but we can work and sell from our home base, which has made it great, especially in COVID. It's made this process much easier for those of us who want to stay home.
So it sounds to me like more or less it's you can get certified, but sounds like something for entrepreneurs to get involved in. If you want to start your own business, you get the certification, then your home becomes your bakery, right?
Exactly. Like I said, there's some limitations, things that have to sit in the refrigerator, that can't sit out on the counter without spoiling. That pretty much marks where we stop. But working under these food cottage laws, you can also sell at farmers markets and some other things. Okay. So definite ways to grow your business from home.
And what do you specialize in now? You talked about cakes, and I'm a big fan of cake. I'll put it that way. I try not to eat too much of it, but I'm a big fan of it. What do you specialize in?
So I'm the person that you would call when you want something kind of over the top. So weddings and milestone celebrations, kids who want to sketch out and design their birthday cakes and just blow it out the water and they want it recreated. I don't know if you've seen the new trend with realistic cakes, the hyper realistic cakes. So I get a lot of requests to do those where I have some pictures where you're eating looks like a bowl of Caesar salad, but it cut into it and it's actually cake, everything edible. Those are really fun. They're very challenging. So they're very fun. And I do cake pops, anything sort of cake related when you want something over the top.
Tell me the most over-the-top request that you got that you were able to fulfill. And maybe you can also tell me one that you were like, nope, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, so I get calls for cakes. I get 10 to 20 requests a day, and some of them are very specific. The specific ones actually end up being a lot of fun to take someone's vision and bring it to life is always very gratifying. But I get a lot of requests for food cakes. I did a Cane's chicken basket. They wanted the Coke to be a cake, but also have like a Coke Jello on top so you could slurp it while you're eating the cake, and then the chicken tenders, but they also wanted the coleslaw and the bread, so those are my favorite kind of requests. Really, it sounds like a tremendous amount, and once you get into it, it's just the most fun.
I see Andrea. Andrea is really getting into this because she's with our Center of Excellence, and they have work with baking as well. Andrea, this would certainly pique your interest too.
Oh,
right?
Absolutely. Margarita doesn't know it yet, but she's going to be a guest speaker for one of our classes.
Wonderful. Wonderful. I had to hook you two up because this is like so much synergy going.
Well done.
Absolutely.
Margarita, tell me about Icing Smiles and what that's all about.
Oh, it's a wonderful organization. I'm a member of a lot of different cake groups, and somebody mentioned this group. What they do, I think pretty much around the world at this point, is they connect local bakers with a family or a child who's suffering from a critical illness. So a lot of times these kids will go into the hospital, they don't come out for a year, and their whole lives are sort of hijacked. And that includes siblings and little baby sisters and brothers. So when these kids celebrate a birthday, they connect them with one of us, and we volunteer our time in our cake for this child to celebrate a special birthday. And a lot of times it takes place in the hospital. The kids can't come out. Things with COVID now have changed. So I think they're less critically ill, but sometimes they'll come to my house to pick it up, and I get to hang out with them, and they bring their whole family, and it's such a gratifying experience. Things that you don't think about when you're not living in that situation, right? So it's something very little that we can do to help.
And you've got something you're going to show us today real quickly. We've only got a few minutes, but show us what you got.
Yeah, so I'm going to just power through this. One of the things that I out of are cake pops, which is basically just mashed up cake that you form into a little ball or into a little shape and put it on a stick, and it becomes a party favor. They're doing them a lot for weddings where you'll have like little faux brides and grooms, or you can get pretty crazy and pretty creative. There's people that specialize this that you can find on Instagram. I'm going to turn my phone down a little bit so you know what I'm doing. But basically here, you can't see anything. Let's see. Basically, okay. Well, that was bad.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
There we go. Well, looks like we may have lost her. Oh, no. I mean, she had ganache. She was about to show us ganache, and we lost her. Oh, my. We'll have to see if we can get her back in. Okay. A little bit change of direction. So we're going to try to get Margarita back on. So if she does, I'm going to bring her back on later in the show. But Andrea, I know you want to get hooked up with her. We'll talk to her about that. But why don't you go ahead and we'll get started with your interview. If we can get her on, we'll get her on right. Well, let's see if we can get her on right now. Hold on one second. Joining us right now. The magic of live streaming. This is what we do when things go wrong, but we'll just keep powering through it. Margarita, are you there?
I'm back.
Okay. For some reason, your world is turned sideways.
Okay. Let me do this.
Here we go. All right.
Man, rookie mistake. All right. So I'm not going to show you. I'm just going to tell you. But basically, you would take some cake like so, baked cake. and crumble it up. And then you add to it either a chocolate ganache, which is equal parts chocolate and cream that you let set up overnight.
Yeah. Hold that back up again, because
yeah.
I wouldn't make it past the chocolate ganache. I would just eat that straight with a spoon right there.
I have been caught doing that. There's always
that's all I would
leftovers.
do. Yeah.
Little extra weight I'm carrying there thanks to the ganache. So basically you would take the chocolate cake crumbles with the ganache, you mix them up until you get like a clay. They call this cake clay. Roll it up into little balls. And what you get is something that looks like this. So basically a little ball of cake. I'm going to keep it real simple today, but you are going to take some candy melts, or you can find this sort of chocolate bark, chocolate candy at HEB. You're going to melt it down so you get something that's smooth, that looks like this. And then you take your cake pop that you have put onto a stick. I let these refrigerate so they're a little bit easier to work with. I'm going to dip it into this chocolate. Let the excess kind of fall apart, fall off there, run off. And then when you think you've gotten most of it off, you got this nice little round cake pop. And I have just some fun, simple sprinkles that I mixed together. I made my own little custom sprinkle. And you're just going to kind of sprinkle some on top. And then you set these aside to dry. I have plant foam. I just stick this onto the plant foam, let it dry. Once it's dry, you're ready to eat this little bad boy. Kids love these. I've got my kids upstairs, and they know that when they come down, they're going to get to finish all of these.
Well, why pay $5 for each one at Starbucks? Make them on your own. It looks easy enough.
And I guarantee you, when they're homemade, they taste so much better. Yeah.
All right. Margarita Golden. She is the pastry chef, owner of Confectionary Home, certified cottage baker and cake designer. And our Tasty Tuesday guest, Margarita, we're going to have all your social media info and everything in our social media post after the show.
Thank you so much
for being here. Thank you for having
me. Have a
good
rest of the show.
You'll hear from Andrea soon, okay?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Please share her information.
I look forward to it.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
All right, Andrea, we had her back, so you guys are hooked up now. And I know you're going to be talking about a very special event that's coming up later this week involving our entrepreneurial program. So I'm going to let you take it away.
Absolutely. Well, first we've got Karen Sharp, who's our business advisor for HCC's Open for Business program for the Office of Entrepreneurial Initiatives. That's a mouthful. But welcome to the show, Karen. It's so great to have you. You're on mute.
I was all ready to go. Another rookie mistake.
That's okay. That's okay. You're here now, but welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, we love to cover all the activities going on with the Office of the Entrepreneurial Initiatives, but this women's business shower really, really caught our eye. So what is that all about? Give us a little more information about that.
Well, we have been working with female entrepreneurs since last October when we started, when Wells Fargo funded this program, specifically toward women of color. And yet we have women and men who have joined our program, and so many have achieved success in this last 8-9 months. And we decided we need to celebrate that. We need to celebrate our women entrepreneurs. As women, we really have a unique set of challenges in business ownership. There aren't any programs that I know of that address the unique challenges that women have. So when women have success, we need to celebrate it. So that's becoming our mantra. Celebrate women entrepreneurs, and we're going to do just that. It'll be August 5th. It's not this week. It's 2 weeks from now, I guess, on a Friday morning, 9 to noon. And we will have vendors with there. We'll have several of our women entrepreneurs who have started or have grown their business. They'll be showing their products and services. We'll also have guest speakers, our clients who have had success. We'll talk about how they did what they did. And that'll be really fun to hear. And then we'll have a panel of speakers who will talk about the unique challenges that women entrepreneurs have. And most of us, I've been a woman entrepreneur for, 27 years. And it is a unique challenge. It is different. So we like to address that. And we've created a space where women can learn, they can grow, and they can become successful.
Well, I'm all about women's empowerment. So this is wonderful. And again, these resources are here. I'm sure when you started years ago, it wasn't there. So the fact that you're offering that up is really, really great. So that's part of your Open for Business program, which is in partnership with Wells Fargo. So what else do you guys do for them?
Well, for Open for Business is primarily we're doing the Women's Wednesdays where we talk with women. They're via Zoom. But we'll have some live ones probably in the fall as well. Mm-hmm. And that's more of an open platform where women can share ideas. We generally will have a subject like becoming financially fierce or leading through conflict or leading through crisis. How do we handle these things? And those are wonderful for the women. We've had quite a following who've said, please don't stop offering these. Then we have we work with the Minority Business Development Agency, also hosted here at HCC. HCC has so many programs for entrepreneurs. You know, the Mattress Max School of Selling, the Goldman Sachs 10K program, and we network with each of these organizations, you know, crossing clients back and forth. Ours is it's for the women, and a lot of startups are coming in and we're giving them the ground and the foundation to start and grow their businesses. And then we have the Goldman Sachs program. There's so many things. We have a financial academy that we offer, a digital marketing academy, the Small Business Success Series that we're doing in conjunction with the Northwest Center for Entrepreneurship. So you name it, we've got it.
Yeah, many resources, like you said. I mean, if you want to be an entrepreneur, I mean, we're like kind of your best bet. You know, come to us, learn your trade or whatever it is, and then get all of these skills. And there's no doubt you'll be successful. So tell us about your team. I've heard you've got a wonderful team. So tell us who they are and what they do.
Well, Tamala Austin, she's our director, and she started Jive Juice. I don't know if you've been to HEB, and I mean, I had COVID 3 weeks ago, and I had HEB deliver that Jive Juice, and it really helped. So she has like 5 flavors. She's in HEB.
I met her.
Have you met her at an event?
Yeah, I met her at an event.
She's really amazing. She's an inspiring woman, and so I've had a couple clients in the food industry, just like our prior guest. You know, the cottage food industry, and Tamala will talk with them about how she got into the stores and how she grew her business. So that's really been helpful. Corolla works with us. She's our coordinator, and she's just amazing. I mean, she takes care of all of the details in our marketing. So, and I spent 13 years at the Small Business Development Center at another college, and they just kind of got out of that space, the entrepreneur space. And this position came over here, and I absolutely love it. I've owned my business for, like I said, 27 years. And being able to work with other business owners and guide them. I also teach at University of Houston downtown, which I love. I'm
you're busy.
Yeah, I'm busy. I'm busy. I intend to stay that way. I enjoy having things to do.
Well, it sounds like you've got a lot of great resources up here as well. So I may call you to pick your brain as well one day. So
happy to do so. And I was thinking about all of your students who are going into fashion design or cooking or whatever. Mm-hmm. If they're starting their own businesses, send them our way. I worked with so many. I can think of one client, and he's now a client at Open for Business and was at Small Business Development Center. And he started out of his home making bagels. And he came to me, and we just made a plan. It did farmers markets, and now he has his own shop, and he's doing amazingly well. And he's number one bagel in Houston, Jersey Bagels.
Oh, yeah.
Here in Cyprus.
I've heard of it.
So, yeah, you know Jersey Bagels. Well, just an amazing company, and it's so exciting to see these individuals start and grow and become successful and achieve their dream.
Yeah, well, you mentioned our students, and a lot of times our students in our COEs will say, I want to start my own business. I want to start my own business. And they have no idea what that means and how much work goes into it. But I think, you know, you and your team, just having some of you guys come in to talk about what that looks like, other things like, business plans and things like that would be beneficial. So I'm going to be calling you as well. I'm going to get Melanie to share all of the information with me. So kind of last, what are some joint efforts with other areas and entrepreneurial initiatives? We've got a couple of minutes.
Okay, so we work with the Minority Business Development Agency, for example. They're a fee-based program. Our services are all at no cost. But MBDA will work with clients, and sometimes they'll run into somebody who's not really ready to work with them. They're not ready to go after those government contracts. Mm-hmm. They'll send them to us. And then I may have a client who's ready to go and work in government contracts. And so we office together at 3100 Main in the same suite, and we collaborate together. Additionally, the Northwest Center and the Southwest Center, all these centers have developed relationships with the directors there to let them know that we're here to work with their students and with their clients, their entrepreneurial clients who have come in. We work with business owners and students. So there's a lot of collaboration. I have clients that I'm sending to the Mattress Mac School of Selling. So many people start businesses because they know how to bake. Yeah. Or they know how to fix cars, but they don't know how to sell.
Right.
And they can't read a profit and loss statement. They have no idea what it means. And that's a huge cause of failure.
Yeah, financial lack of financial knowledge is a huge source of failure in small businesses. But Karen, I know there's a lot of information that you have to share, and we're going to, again, I'm going to get your information. We're going to follow back up with you, but we really want to thank you today. Again, Karen Sharp is our business advisor for HCC's Open for Business program for the Office of Entrepreneurial Initiatives. So thank you so much, Karen, for joining us today. We'll have info. We'll have more info in our post later today.
Sounds wonderful. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. We're going to get to a couple of announcements before we wrap things up for today. One thing to keep in mind, we're real big about having STEM summer camps here at HCC, and we've got one more left you can sign the kids up for. HCC's community learning program has just one STEM summer camp coming up. July 25th through 29th at HCC's Southwest West Loop campus. It's a VR Swift camp. You want to learn how to code? Get the kids to create some apps? Yep, you can do that. We'll have a link to do so in our social media post after the show. And there is a Global Energy Career Exploration Fair coming up, Andrea.
Yeah, the students seeking to enter or upgrade their skills as an energy or manufacturing technician can attend this Global Energy COE Career Fair. It's going to be from 4 to 6 p.m. Tuesday, August the 9th. It's going to be held at HCC Northeast Science and Technology Building. I didn't even know we had that. They'll tour interactive labs, experience virtual reality and simulation, software demonstrations, and engage in a Q&A with experts and coaches. So we'll have registration info about that in our post after the show. So Todd, tell us about this next announcement.
Well, you always hear that school districts are really looking for teachers right now. They're giving them like $5,000 bonuses just to sign on. You can start your education career here at HCC. A good education is empowering and inclusive. To learn about HCC's education programs at Southeast College, visit our website. We'll have a link how to do so in the post after the show. And the Eagle Promise program is back, Andrea.
I love that. Get your degree for free. I wish somebody would have told me that years ago, but HCC's promise is to help you earn a degree for free. The HCC Eagle Promise program offers qualifying students money to cover tuition, fees, and books. I love that. And we'll also have a link to that after the show. So make sure you look for that. So next.
And speaking of helping students with, their tuition, you can make a difference in a student's lives. It's literally life-changing. We've had a number of our employees who came up through HCC, and they would say that, we really couldn't have afforded to go to college if it hadn't been for our foundation. The foundation takes donations all throughout the year to empower our students to help them get an education. You can invest in Houston's future and support HCC student success by visiting the HCC Foundation page and donating what you can. There are countless examples of students who have graduated and moved on to brighter futures. because of generations from or generous support from our faculty and staff. It's that time of year, and we will have a link in our post after the show. And fall registration is ongoing right now, Andrea. I know that's a big thing for you guys.
It's a big thing for me. And I'm like, yes, let's plug fall registration. It's ongoing. You can register up until the day that classes start. So we've got a lot of options for you to attend school here. You can do online anytime where there's no established class time. Meeting time unless it's listed. We've got online on the schedule where you're basically pretending like, it's like you're in a class, but you're online. We've got a hybrid, which kind of is a mixture. It's a lecture class, meets partially face-to-face and then partially virtually. Then you've got, of course, in person. Those are always my favorite classes, face-to-face courses with traditional meeting times and patterns. And then you've got a hybrid lab, which is a laboratory / a studio course. So again, registration's open. We hope you'll consider, of course, and put my plug in for consumer arts and sciences, but all of our programs are open for registration right now. For registration to all programs, go to hccs.edu/apply.
That's right. So make sure you do so today. Don't wait till the last minute, because you can register now, get those classes you need, the campus you need, the professor you need. It's just a lot easier to do ahead of time. Okay, tomorrow on the show, Chris Bourne. Hadn't seen him in a while, right? Okay. Right. He's one of our HCCTV colleagues, and he's going to be talking about a show he's working on with Larry Payne. Larry Payne hosts a number of shows, including one he's been doing for like 30 years here at HCCTV. So Chris will be on the show to talk about that. And we've got a nurse who was here. Well, she went to HCC in 1973.
Wow.
We'll be talking about her career 50 years later. Wow. All that and more. And of course, the Consumer Arts Center of Excellence. Andrea, you guys are open for business, right?
We are open for business, and we are ready to see all of you students. So we look forward to seeing you in the fall.
I want to start live streaming with that new building you've got there for the culinary arts. You guys got a studio there. All I'm saying is, you got a studio. We got to do something.
Come on. You're welcome to at any time. So we look forward to having you.
All right, Andrea, thank you for joining us this morning, and we look forward to having you on the show again. And thank all of you for being here for Up to the Minute. We're live tomorrow morning and every weekday at 10 a.m.